Hello and welcome to Home Away from Home, a mini-series where we highlight the stories of expats who are making the Netherlands their new home. I am Amber Paris, and this series is brought to you by Expat Housing Network, your go-to team for expats buying or renting in the Netherlands. Today's feature is Rahul from India. Rahul has lived in the Netherlands since 2012, and now Rotterdam is his home away from home. And in this video, he shares how his search for home through traditional Indian cuisine led him to launching not just one, but 3 restaurants in the Netherlands. If you're an expat looking for inspiration to bring a piece of home to the Netherlands, this one's for you.
So my name is Rahul Gupta. I'm an owner of Atithi Indian Restaurant. We are a chain of Indian restaurants in Netherlands. I already have 3 Indian restaurants in Netherlands, one in Delft, second one in Rotterdam, and third one in Den Haag. I born and raised in New Delhi, the capital of India. I did my engineering also from India. I worked there for several companies as a software engineer before coming to Netherlands. I found my first home in Amstelveen, and then I moved to Utrecht because that was closer to my work location with Ziggo. I'm also a hobby chef, so then I thought of having my own Indian restaurant, and that's how I end up in this business. In 2015, I opened my first restaurant, and I already have 3 restaurants now in 2021.
Okay, wow, your resume is very extensive.
Thank you.
That's very impressive. So I do want to talk about a bit about your business later in the interview. I'm curious to know how you felt when you learned that you were moving to the Netherlands. Were you excited? Did you know anything about the Netherlands?
Well, actually, yes, because my sister and my brother-in-law, they were already here in Netherlands.
Okay.
So yeah, I already was in it. It was already in my mind that I wanted to move to Europe someday. And within Europe, I always had desire to move to Sweden or Netherlands because they are most English-speaking countries. So yeah, and then I got this opportunity, which was like a dream comes true for me. So I moved here.
So what was the motivation to move to Rotterdam from the last city that you were living in? I know you said you liked Rotterdam a lot, but what was the deciding factor to move to Rotterdam?
Yeah. So that was also because of my work, my business, because I was looking for a good location to start my first restaurant. And I must say it was not very easy part. Finding a good Horeca location in Netherlands is not so easy in 2015-16 when I was launching my first restaurant. So I looked at different places in Amsterdam, in Utrecht, but I couldn't find a nice location there until I found my favorite location in Delft. Okay. So yeah, that was one of the reasons I moved to, I tends to move to South Holland, and within South Holland, I found Rotterdam is the most exciting place to live. So yeah, then I'm close to Delft, and I live in a city which I dream of.
So how does Rotterdam compare to the other cities that you've lived in the Netherlands?
I actually in love with Rotterdam. The architecture is very special. It's called as a gateway of Europe as well. Because it means it really has nice building, nice culture. I started with Amstelveen, which is more of a diaspora for Indian people. But then I moved to Utrecht. I lived in Utrecht for 1.5 years, and now in Rotterdam. So when I compare to my living in Utrecht was more in the outskirts of Utrecht. And now I'm more in city, so it's more it's a little busier, but yeah, it's exciting actually to live in Rotterdam. I'm always little fantasize about buildings and architecture. So this was like a perfect city to live among all different buildings and different, you have Cube House, you have you have Erasmus Bridge. My restaurant is just located at the foot of Erasmus Bridge, so it's very fantastic.
So how did you build your network as an expat?
Initially with Facebook, there are lots of groups on Facebook where you can you can publish your question, you can publish your requirements, and there are always helping people who will help you out. Um, I must say, in 2012, there was not any great platform just like you have right now, where you can get this nice introductory videos and help each other. Uh, 2012, it was not there, and the only source was Facebook, and there were not too many people also on Facebook who used to help each other. But now it's very common that
Yeah.
whenever you're moving, you get information on YouTube, Facebook. So social media is playing a big role now. It's very easy for expats to move to a new city, to a new country, with help of these social media channels.
So I want to talk to you about what it's like building a business in Rotterdam. But first, let's talk about how you settled in the Netherlands in terms of feeling comfortable to live there and then comfortable enough to build your business. So I want to know what home means for you. Can you describe what your definition of home is?
We Indian people, they love food. So in the beginning, when I moved here, I couldn't find um, good Indian grocery stores. So, but with the contacts, with the help from people, I started finding a good place where I can find my local food, my local masala, spices.
Yes.
That was the first moment when I had my little kitchen set up in my home, and I started preparing some Indian food. I started feeling like, okay, now I'm at home. And then you make there are, we usually have a small temple in our house. So I made myself a small temple in the house, which also started giving me feel that it is my home now.
Yeah.
It's very different in India. It's not that you really have to take an appointment to visit someone's house. uh, you can just,
Just go.
yeah, just go, just
Show up.
show up. Doesn't really matter what time it is. You just show up, and then you are not really treated as a who you are. No, you are treated as a god, and whatever time it is, whatever situation it is, you are treated as god. You being served with all different type of food, um, and that's our culture is.
No, yeah, food is one, just a big part of culture. So then when your home culture has a big food, emphasis wherever you go, bringing that with you really does establish like that feeling of comfort and all that comes
Exactly.
with those upbringings. So essentially your search for feeling at home and then finding that through food evidently led you to building your own business.
Right,
Awesome.
exactly. We usually say that um, way to the heart start from mouth. So if you want to really enter into someone hurt, then you start from mouth. So, and that's your food. Atithi, which is the name of my restaurant, Atithi, it means guest. Uh,
Yeah.
means guest, and guest we treat as god in India. So, and that's what we are trying to replicate in our business, that we treat our customers not as a customer but as a guest. So we treat them as our guest. They're coming to our home, like not to our business, but they are coming to our home.
Absolutely.
That's our
Yeah.
business as well.
Absolutely. I love that. What is one of the challenges of starting a business in a city where you don't speak the native language and this is your first time really establishing a business? What are some of those challenges?
Well, that's something, I would say comes in every business. Starting from finding a nice location. Location is very important for any business. You need to see if you have your own community over there. How if you really have people who like your food, or concept of your business. So location was one of the reason, and because of that, I also had to move from Utrecht to Rotterdam. So location was the first thing, which was very difficult. Secondly was all the permits you need to have your business up and running,
Mm-hmm.
which is very different when I compare it with my own country. In my country, there are agents for every small thing, and you don't really have to dive deeper for anything.
Okay.
For small fees, you can get whatever you want. But here in Netherlands, that's something I found very expensive. And also it's country, do it yourself. It's DIY, do it yourself
Mm-hmm.
culture. So you have to do it yourself, and then the information, every information was in Dutch. So now it's also changing. For example, blasting the text department in Netherlands is now speaking English if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Commente is now speaking English if you want, but in 2015, when I was starting my business, it was not really the case. But also depends. Maybe different Commente had a different rules, but uh, in Delft, it was not so easy to find all the information. But then you have to, use Google translators or take help from your Dutch colleagues
Mm-hmm.
to find to translate, to understand what it means. Then get all those things done uh, with yourself only. So that was, I would say, one of the hardest thing. Once that is done, I would say the key is that you stick to your dreams, and nothing is impossible. Also in Netherlands, it takes time, but you will achieve it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I had in my mind. Getting all the permits done, hiring people was also very challenging back then, because you cannot do everything yourself. You need to have experts
Right.
for everything. I have experts in kitchen. I have experts in the beverage section, in food and beverage sections. So finding those people, getting them on board, having all those, keeping all the rules in your mind is a challenge in beginning. But when you know it, you do it, you stick to it, then you will find your way.
Mm-hmm. So I have two questions. One, I want to know how you persevered through that, like the language barrier of all the documents and doing all that yourself. And then second, the process of finding your employees and what was that like?
Yeah, that's actually the great part of the country. Great part of this country is you have all the information online, and very much accurate information. Not like say 100% accurate, but to 90-95% of accurate information. That's actually incredible. In one sense, because in my country that's not the case. Everything is not very crystal clear, and then you have to go to agents and
Okay.
find this all the information. But here you do it yourself, but everything is online. So there are many website from government. You can find your own information and then make it happen. um, so yeah, you need to find it, but there is information available.
Okay. So where exactly did you look? Like, are there particular tools that you might advise?
No,
Is
for
there?
example, the website called government.nl already has a detailed information how to start a business.
Okay.
Yeah, and so basically how to start a business in general, how to start a Horeca business. So all the steps are very clearly written, how you can do that. So that's already a great start. Then from the government, there is a portal. Um, um, I don't remember exactly the name, but it's something to do with ondernemers. Ondernemers is entrepreneurs. Ondernemers
Oh,
is a Dutch word. Entrepreneurs is in English. So something to do with ondernemers. So there's a portal from from government. You can usually have a chat with the people over there. You can post your questions. You can directly interact with the not with the chatbots. They are really uh, live people on the
mm-hmm.
other side of the laptop. They will answer your questions. You ask their questions, and they will help you straight away. If they don't know the answer, they will respond you. They will send back their response within 24 hours through email. So
Okay. Cool.
yeah, so that's really cool, and that's how you will, you first of all, you do your research, you get the information from the websites, then you reach out to Commente to get more information. You reach out to this on the Namus platform to get more information, and then eventually you will have everything.
So finding a home in the Netherlands is really difficult. How did you even find a property for your restaurant? Was it just as difficult, or just as like much effort?
Yeah, it was very, very difficult, very difficult. Um, but the good thing is, there is a rule in Netherlands that you only pay one time to the broker. Initially, it was not the case. You used to pay yourself as a purchase broker, and also if you are renting your own apartment, then also you need to pay. But I don't know when this rule came in. But when I first hired my location for my restaurant and also for my home, I didn't pay any brokerage. So through Funda.nl and through Facebook, I found my first location for my home, and also for my first business was Funda. A separate website. I think they call it business.funda.nl. So there they have all the business related information, all the business locations you can find over there.
If I come to Rotterdam and I want authentic Indian food, where should I go? What location are you at?
Atithi Indian restaurant. That's actually the only place you will find authentic Indian food. And we are right at Erasmus Bridge, at the foot of Erasmus Bridge. So you will definitely visit Erasmus Bridge if you are going to Rotterdam. So you don't have to travel too far. You will find the food you are looking for, the service you're looking for at my restaurant at Atithi.
Perfect. I appreciate your time. I'm sure you had a very busy day, so thank you. Do you have any questions or comments before we close off?
No, but I just want to thanks you and Expat Housing Network to give me this opportunity to share my views and my journey to Netherlands.
Well, you're welcome, and thank you for being our guest today.
Thank you.
Awesome. Relocating abroad is an adventure in and of itself. So launching a business as an expat takes courage, and I hope this video gave you the inspiration you needed. It's evident through Rahul's story that feeling at home in the Netherlands can be an integral part to the entrepreneurial creative process. And now, through his restaurant, Rahul brings a feeling of home for everyone to enjoy through his incredible food and his hospitality. At Expat Housing Network, we believe that everyone deserves to feel at home in the Netherlands, and that Rotterdam truly is a place for everyone. If you are looking to find a home so you can quickly feel at home in Rotterdam, our team of expat housing specialists would love to support you. Visit our website at expathousingnetwork.nl or click the link in the caption to chat with a member of our team. For more on feeling at home in the Netherlands, subscribe to this channel and follow us on all social platforms at Expat Housing Network. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you soon.